Hi Virgo, welcome to your month ahead for October 2019 with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading, PLR or FLP session, you can do so on the website address in the description box below. If you are not on the winter solstice alignment activation session, why not? And also for this month, right up till the day that Mercury goes retrograde, you can get for half price, which is $19.99 at the moment, the retrograde survival kit. Okay, I'm going to say it again, retrograde survival kit for all of the planetary retrogrades that you are going to face at some point or another. I have created a 45-page document for you to have a look at, to keep you, there is a strategy, there's a crystal, there's a quote, there's all kinds of awesome stuff. So if you want that, you can get it for half price until the day that Mercury goes retrograde, the 31st of October. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So Virgo, how was birthday season for you guys, huh? It was serious, wasn't it? It was intense, all that Virgo energy, but it's great as well. In many ways, actually, I got a lot done over the course of that time. So your actions and interactions with the world at large, you've got the Moon card. So the fact that you have the Moon card in your actions and interactions with the world at large means that you are hiding at the moment. This is a time where you are kind of doing something behind the scenes, which is interesting because we've got the Sun currently in your second house, especially if you're in, if you are a Virgo ascendant, the Sun will be in your second house because it's in Libra, right? Now, the fact you've got the Moon card in your actions and interactions with the world, there's something that you are hiding. This is about something that you're keeping away from public view. It's something that you're keeping. It could be knowledge. It could be a project that you're working on. It could be something of a personal nature. It could even be an object or an item, right? Attending cards will give more information, but there is this feeling this month that you're hiding something, because the thing is, by the light of the moon, things tend to be distorted, right? Although, you know, even when she's full, the moon is bright. Even when we have a super moon, the moon is bright. A full moon brings light to things, but the Moon card in tarot, it tends to see us looking at the past. It tends to see confusion, and it reminds us that the night, or you know, the light of the moon can sometimes distort something. So when we see it in the night, it's like, oh my gosh, and then when you shine a light on it, it's like a stick. Do you know what I mean? Or like when you see a shadow play out on the wall, like, and then when the person comes around the corner, it's just a normal person. The light of the Moon card tends to bring that kind of confusion, but because it's in your actions and interactions with the world at large, this is what you do. And the feeling that I get from it is there's something that you want to keep hidden this month. There's something that you're not quite ready to share, something that you're not quite ready for people to know about you, or quite ready to reveal to the world as yet. So, I mean, you know, there's never anything wrong with that. Yes, we live in the information age and social media and all the rest of it, but not everything has to be online. Not everything has to be taken a picture of. Not everything, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes keeping things private and personal is the way to go. So your money and materials this month, you've got the Four of Wands. So money looks great this month, right? Because you've got the Four of Wands. This is reasons to celebrate, reasons for celebration. Now, this does start to flesh things out a bit. And it makes me wonder if this is either a windfall, some kind of dividend, some kind of financial culmination has shaped up for you in the month of October, and you're keeping it stum. So it's kind of like what you're doing with your finances, or what you're doing with your money this month, you're keeping quite close to your chest. You know, you're playing your cards quite close to your chest. Now, your money and materials, with the Four of Wands, very much kind of gives me this energy of you have reasons to celebrate when it comes to finances, when it comes to the home. For some of you, you could be finding out that your home is worth a lot more than you expected, even if you're not ready to sell. You know, I don't know why, because I'm getting the word valuation, right? It could be an object or an item that you've decided to reupholster, something that you've, something that you've made better than it was, that you've sprinkled your Virgo magic on, let's say, right? And this is where you find out that that hard work has actually paid off and done what you hoped it had done. There are good, the Four of Wands, foundation, stability, but it's also celebrations and good news. And the fact that you've got this in your money and materials means that there are reasons for you to be happy when it comes to finances. They more than likely relate to the home or to objects. And for some of you, this will be an object that you've loved for a long time. It might be something that you've worked on for a long time and now you're ready to release it out into the world or to give it back. So this is interesting because, like I said at the beginning, there is something that you're hiding. So for some of you, it might be that you're hiding the money that you get from the sale of a house or whatever. For others, you might be hiding a project that you're not ready to release. But when it comes to objects and items that you're wanting to sell, those are ready. Whatever it is that you've done and however you've polished them up has done the job. Your communications with the world at large, you've got the Four of Cups. So you've got two fours here. It's the first thing that I notice, right? Fours are stability, foundation. They are the foundation, the firm, solid foundation that we are able to build on. The fact that you've got the Four of Cups in your communications this month means that you know that there are many opportunities. Now, the interesting thing is, because we've got this thing here that you're not quite ready to share with people, it's almost like for some of you, you're maybe looking for a book deal. For some of you, you're maybe looking for a collaboration and you're saying to yourself and to the people that you're interacting with, I don't want to give you too much information because I know it's a good idea and I'm not ready for it to go anywhere without my creative control. I also understand what I'm offering. It's almost like you've stumbled upon something really big, and this month you're saying to yourself, I know there are a lot of options for this, so I want to make sure that the one that I choose is the best one for whatever it is that I've created or whatever it is that I'm doing. With the Four of Cups there as well in the communications, it does suggest that this month you are looking for more opportunities than the ones that are currently available to you. It's almost like you're going further afield. You might be going cross field, cross sector is what I'm hearing. And what do I mean by that? So when I say cross sector, if whatever it is that you've created is for the sports world, it might have a medical application. And vice versa. It's almost like this idea that you have is able to move unilaterally, right? So there's this feeling of, well, what I've got, I know is a pretty good idea. I know it's a big money spinner. So if that's the case, I want to make sure that the people that I work with are the right ones. And more importantly, I want to make sure that I have a big enough portion of the thing, right? In order to make sure that I have enough creative control over what it is that I'm tying myself to. With the two fours there in the middle, your communications and your money is where you're going to find the bulk of your time and energy spent this month. And the fact that they're fours means that this is about solidifying something. I mean, you've got the Four of Cups there and the Four of Wands, so water and fire. Be careful that you utilize the steam in the right way, right? Because when you add water to fire, you get steam. Steam can power engines, but it has to be harnessed and controlled. So then in your, so this does not look like a great month for love. This Five of Pentacles card across the cards this month seems to be very active. So it looks like in some way, shape or form, we're all having to let something go. We're all having to relinquish our hold on something. Interesting because the sun's in Libra and we've got like a whole bunch of energy kind of going on there as well. So with the Five of Pentacles in the heart and half sector, it kind of says that when it comes to those of you that are single, you could be really feeling that melancholy. You've got the Five of Pentacles right next to the Four of Cups as well. And you could be going through that sort of like, oh, poor me, I haven't got anybody and it's winter, Christmas is coming. You know, everyone wants to be single for summer. And when it comes to winter, they're like, oh, you know, I need to be with somebody. Don't be that person this month. Find a way to make, you know, if you are single and you are looking and you're not finding anybody, maybe it's because you're not coming from a place of completeness within yourself. For those of you that are partnered, a partner's finances could take a dip this month and you could really feel it in the pocket, both of you, providing you remain open and providing you both together look for a way, not look for a way out of it, but look for a way to address or rebalance that. It's only going to be by working together, for those of you that are partnered, that you're going to be able to fix a partner's or a husband, wife, spouse, whatever, their finances, right? So it's going to be a problem halved, it's a problem, you know, solved. And is it a problem halved? Or a problem shared is a problem halved? Or yeah, probably it's going to be like that kind of energy this month. So your first week of the month, you've got the Emperor card, right? So the Emperor is number 4 again. So you've got triple 4 here, 444, which is a very powerful energy. It asks you, what are you ready to build, right? What are you ready to make ready? What are you ready to build now? And more importantly, what are you, over the course of this month, how do you lay the foundations? What are the cornerstones to the things that you want to build? That's going to be the big question for you this month. Now, the fact that you've got the Emperor, underneath the Moon card, this really talks about, you know, taking charge of your life so that you can remove the distortion, taking charge of things. And, you know, if you need to keep something hidden, if it's not ready, this will be a month where you're going to have to do something that's very unlike a Virgo. This will be a month where you have to start to find that ability to rule with an iron fist, especially in this first week of the month. You're going to have to be very, very tough. It looks like you're going to have to really not lay some ground rules, but you're going to have to be in charge, right? And Virgos are very good at being in charge, not necessarily good with the whole rule with an iron fist thing. And this month you're going to have to find that energy within you, regardless. Your second week of the month, you've got the High Priestess. So there's definitely some sort of something that is kind of like some sort of hidden dividends, some sort of hidden payout, something that's coming to light. And I know none of you are going to put this in the comments because it's way too personal for sure. But yeah, we've got the High Priestess right underneath the Four of Wands, which kind of suggests as well, in terms of money and materials, it kind of feels for me like you guys this month will probably do better financially than most people, right? I mean, there is definitely that energy because you've got the Sun in your second house, but more importantly with the High Priestess, she's hidden things revealed, right? So it could be as well, for some of you, you might find an antique in your home that ends up being worth like a shed load of money. You know, you could be finding something in and around your home that actually ends up having a big value that you know, kind of, it might be something every day that you kind of walk past and take for granted. I'll give you an example. My mum, she used to love going to bric-a-brac shops and all of that. And one day she bought this ornament for, I think it was like £1.50. And years later, when I'd moved out and taken it with me, a friend of mine came to my apartment and said, "Oh, did you know that that's like a really rare piece because it was, you know, whatever." She paid a £1.50 for it. It's now worth £350 just because they're out of circulation or the company that made them went bust. So it could be something of that nature that this month you discover. Your third week of the month, you've got the Death card, right underneath that Four of Cups. When it comes to getting out of your funk, when it comes to, there's definitely going to be an element of that this month. But the thing with the Death card, it also suggests that not every avenue that you seek, you know, remember we said with your communications, you're reaching out to people, crossing sectors and things of that nature. This may not necessarily be a month where all of the options available to you are viable, right? So there might be a lot of them, there might be a lot of applications that you can use, whatever it is that you have created for, but it doesn't mean that you should, right? Sometimes just because something is possible doesn't necessarily mean that it should be done, right? Fourth week of the month, you've got the Empress card right underneath the Five of Pentacles. Whatever's going on with your partner's finances, or with somebody in your family's finances, if you're single, or of that nature, it does look like you will be able to resolve it, and resolve it quite easily. What I do want to say to you though, look at that as well, the Death card right next to the High Priestess. There's definitely something that you guys are hiding from the world, and there's definitely something that's going to come to light for you in that respect. For those of you that are single, like I said, this fourth week of the month, you could really be feeling that, but within that, like I said, if you find that I guess if you find that within yourself, you will be fine. For those of you that are partnered, or like I said, for those of you that have a family financial issue going on, it really is a problem shared, is a problem halved this month. So your key to the month, I'm loving this new deck of mine, by the way, is the Ten of Wands, right? So movement, there's definitely something going on with a home. There's definitely something going on this month where a burden could be shrugged off, right? This month you could find yourself being released from a burden. And this Ten of Wands really kind of says that you've done a lot of the hard work already, right? Because the 10 is the end, it's the completion. So this is the month where you get to reap the rewards. This is the month where you get to see those dividends from all the hard work that has been put in. So I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know, if you don't mind, in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.